everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Chippy Chicks. I'm here. I'm Danica Flynn. I'm here with Melanie Tang, Fortune Wellen, Stacey Agern, and Kelly Jiminson. So tonight we're gonna do a little playoffs check-in. I was the only one who still had a team in the running. And unfortunately, the Flyers were swept by the Canes. I am sad, but not surprised. I feel like in Philly, we just were happy to knock out the Penguins because we hate the Penguins. And when I saw we were playing the Canes, I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. And I was right. So I do feel like they played really well in their last game. And I was like, it was a really tight game and it was like an OT. So like that always sucks to lose an OT and get swept
Yes.
in your city. But like, I'm actually shocked the most that the Flyers fans did not boo them. Like, I am honestly shocked by that. They did cheer the team because we hadn't been in the playoffs since 2020, so it's been several years. So they did like kind of, cheer on the team to be like, like you had a good run. So that was at least like pretty cool to like see the team do that. Because apparently we booed the Phillies because they came to a game. So I was like, holy. And I don't know if you guys so Brittamore is an ex-Flyer, and he was asked about the critical Flyers fan base, and he said, no, fair. Like he corrected the media. He's like, they will boo you for a reason. So it was kind of interesting. He still had that opinion. Like he hasn't played in Philly in like a really long time. So
Right.
I yeah, so that was kind of funny. So right now, Western Conference Finals, it's Vegas versus Colorado has been determined, and then the Eastern Final, Carolina is in, and we still don't know yet about the Canadian, if it's going to be the Canadians or the Buffalo Sabres, because they are going to a game seven, which is not until tomorrow. So given that, I wanted to know who everyone is rooting for now. I don't know if I have a thought. Um, Mel, do you have a thought or are you just rooting for
Well, we were
someone to
just
win?
talking about Vegas being kind of the evil empire before we went on air. So, I mean, I just feel at this time of the year, it's like not the teams I like, but the teams I hate. So,
Yeah.
okay, I want Vegas to lose. I don't have strong feelings about the Eastern Conference, I guess, because we don't play against them as much.
Hmm.
So definitely I'm rooting for the Avalanche. Also, I have them in my bracket. The only correct thing so far in the bracket. So, and then I don't know, like when I watched the game last night, I mean, it just brings tears to my eyes when you see that Montreal crowd cheering. You're like, oh my gosh, they get the famous older player to come out and everybody's
Yeah.
just going bananas. And I think, oh my God, it's so nice to see this fan base. Not that Buffalo fans are really ecstatic too. But we'll have to see what happens. I mean, the two teams
No.
have been pretty tight. Obviously, it's going to seven. So, um,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know about the East.
Okay. Kelly, what do you think?
Well, in my bracket challenge, I predicted that Buffalo was gonna win the conference final, but I find myself actually cheering for Montreal. So last night I was like really hoping, I expecting almost to see the handshake line, right? Like I thought it was gonna be done, and wow, it was not. So it was Buffalo really came back. So I guess we'll see tomorrow night what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. And then I think I agree with Mel. Like I don't want Vegas to win. So whatever happens, I think I predicted a final that was going to be Colorado and Carolina. So
Okay. Could be
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
What about you, Stacy?
So in the West, I mean, Colorado's been a juggernaut. Like other teams that I have wanted to win have fallen, and Colorado has been standing, and it's been wonderful to watch them. I've kind of fallen in love with them just a little bit. I mean, you know, Parker Kelly and his whales, the the goaltending tandem, former Devils, Brock Nelson, former Islander wanting to win a cup for the first time. Like there's a lot of really good stories. Nazem Kadri in there. Like there's, as I said, there's some really, really good stories. McKinnon, McCarr, like I'm rooting for them in the West. The East, my heart is saying Buffalo. The long-suffering fans, the stories I have heard over the years from
Casey, I'm
Buffalo.
surprised at you.
I know. What a shocker. Like like I mean, I also expected to see a handshake line last night. And then Buffalo did what it has been doing since round one. All of a sudden, like they showed up in the second period, and I was like, wait a second, this would again, like this would never have happened in years past. And I see them a lot. Like
Yeah, yeah.
this is a team that is very fundamentally different from the Buffalo Sabres in years past.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, what will happen when they play Carolina? I have no idea, but my heart is saying Buffalo. My heart is absolutely 1000% saying Buffalo. But when it comes down to it in the East, I would absolutely root for Montreal or Buffalo against Carolina, and that would be the team that I would absolutely expect to come out of the East. As for who could be Colorado, I have zero idea.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, Colorado, as I said, Colorado's been a juggernaut this whole playoffs. So we'll see.
Okay. What about you, Fortune? Do you have thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts are I always like I'm like every other hockey fan that's just has long-standing grudges. Um, like Sean's here, he's like, oh, we have to cheer for Montreal. They're the only Canadian team left. And I just saw like as soon as he said it, Martin St. Louis like came up and I was like, nope, can't do it. Sorry. Absolutely not. So by default, Buffalo. I like a scrappy team. It's fun and they kind of I don't know if you are Montreal's in that bad spot where they're up three, and now they're tied. So um, it'll be fun and exciting to see who comes out. But like Carolina's just rolling people. Like I think they've
Mhm.
lost one game the entire playoffs. I don't want them to win either. They have like Eastern Gremlin energy, the same as like Vancouver or Vegas having like the Western Gremlin energy. Like it's not my, it probably wouldn't be my favorite. And I will cheer for Colorado because um, they used to be in Winnipeg and oh no, they used to be in Quebec and I love the Nordiques. That's one team I would love to see back.
I've never heard anybody say that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I kind of like don't care about who wins like the what like I don't want Vegas to win because I just whatever. But I'm also like, well, Colorado has won recently, so I kind of wanted to be someone else to win,
Yeah.
like like the cup. So I'm like, oh, like if it ends up being Canadians or Sabres, I would probably want one of them to like go to the final just because. But I would still root for the Canes if it ends up being the Canes in the final for Britamore. Like that would be the only reason. So I don't know. We'll see. It's been an interesting, I think Buffalo has an interesting story. Their captain has gone through like a lot this year. With his fiance having that heart transplant and he took a leave of absence from the team. So I feel like I would really love him to get it because I just feel like that's like a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know, like, so I feel like that's like a great, like one of those hockey stories, but we'll see what
Yeah.
happens tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
okay. And then do we have any other thoughts about playoffs or do we want to move on?
Do you think it's been easy for Carolina? Do you think they've had like easy opponents? Danica, since you were one of them, the Flyers were one of them.
Well, there was two games that went to OT with the Flyers, so like I
Uh-huh.
do feel like it give them a little bit of a run for their money, but
Yeah.
I think yeah, I probably was easy, and I do think since they've been off so much,
Mhm.
they might be too rested because I feel like we see this a lot with teams that sweep and then they're sitting around waiting for the next team they need to play, and
Mhm.
then they out the gate they suck like they
Yeah.
like kind of forget everything they
Yeah.
need to do. And
That,
they're like, oh, wait, like we need to like actually fight for this. So I don't know if this Canes team will be like that, but I've just seen that in years past where that's what happens to teams. So like,
for sure. It's that
we'll
rest or rust.
But I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
Did they have injuries from your series, Carolina?
I don't remember. I know we did. Like Owen Tippett had internal bleeding, and they put the like announcement out about it and acted like it was nothing. And I'm like, excuse
What?
me? So they probably do because you know how
Yeah.
they play. You know how they all play, and they lie about their injuries and play through
Yeah.
through
I just
until
think it is an advantage if you had 2 weeks off and you had
yeah,
somebody injured.
Yeah.
That would
If
be
you
a
had
huge
some,
advantage.
minor injuries that could,
Yeah.
yeah,
guys that need a chance to rest up, but
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so last month we talked about the PWHL and where we thought their next expansion team was going to be, and we talked about our predictions, and it was really interesting. When I first did this agenda, Detroit had only been announced. And I said, "Oh, that's interesting because they usually do like two teams at once and they just announced Detroit." And I was like, "Well, I said maybe it's going to be West Coast, Midwest. Okay, like that makes sense." And then, like maybe 2 days later, they announced Hamilton and Vegas are now getting teams. So we have three new women's hockey leagues. And I don't think this has been substantiated yet, but I have heard some rumors about they might also be getting a San Jose
Yeah.
I
team.
thought that was for sure.
I
Is it
didn't know if
not for
that
It
sure?
was
is
for sure
Tuesday.
yet. I have not
Oh,
seen an announcement. So
okay.
I don't know if that's
Yeah, the
officially been
announcement is expected
announced.
to be Tuesday.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, that's four new teams.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they're really wanting to expand, wanting to grow hockey. I see videos like I've been seeing like videos on like reels about people being like, "Why are you not watching this league? Like this is really exciting." So I think that's really great. What I've heard some critiques about Hamilton because there's a big proportion of teams in Ontario. That was the critique that I have heard. So I didn't know if you Canadians can fill me in on how you feel about that. Is that a concern? Because they do have some Canadian teams. They have probably more than the NHL does. I don't know,
Mhm.
Kelly, do you have any thoughts?
no,
Well,
I
I
think it's
think
good.
Toronto and Hamilton, like, I mean, they're almost the same city, but
Yeah.
it's a huge, huge market. And I think that there's lots of room for Hamilton to take fans from sort of the Southern Ontario region. Like, um, I think they will be okay. I'm okay with it, have them having two teams. I think there's room for it there. And like they just have such, like I said, it's a huge market, huge
Mhm.
population. So it kind of makes sense.
I think that's the first PWHL team that doesn't have an NHL team, right?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
And they also like
Oh,
they also have a brand new arena
Mhm.
that I
yeah.
think like the
Okay.
Islanders farm team is moving into as well, I think
Okay.
at this point.
Oh, okay.
So like that was also part of it. Like one of the
Yeah.
things that was talked about a lot was the requirements for an expansion city. Training facilities, like arena had to seat a certain amount of people. There were rumors that there were teams who wanted ownership stakes and stepped aside because that wasn't allowed. One of those was DC very publicly.
Okay.
And I think Edmonton was considered also one of those teams that wanted ownership stakes.
Mm.
Um, those are the rumors. The arena size, I think, also seemed to disqualify Chicago, but there are also other rumors about Chicago that might come next year or sooner. What else? What else did I write down?
Yeah, I hadn't
Um,
realized how important it was for that cities in consideration to have good facilities for them. Like
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense, but I never thought of that
yeah,
they want somewhere
that's
that
a
has a good facility for them to play and practice in.
Well,
Yeah.
and just historically, Hamilton wanted to get an NHL team, but
Yes.
the Leafs were the ones
yeah,
that no, you can't have one because we have this like kind of geographical area. But the Leafs tickets are so expensive and they didn't have
Right.
any competition. So, and
yeah.
at the time, the Leafs weren't doing that well. So there was kind of a lot of people pushing for that to happen in Hamilton. So I think it would be interesting if you saw cities like Hamilton and maybe Halifax that don't have NHL teams or maybe Quebec City, like the
Yeah, like
Northeast, because
Yeah.
they
that
have
was the
facilities
next
there. Yeah,
that was the next argument when Hamilton got announced. Like, why not Halifax? Why not Quebec City, who
yeah.
also have arenas? Like, what was the difference between Hamilton and those two cities? Um,
Well, it would be cool to see if you would
Yeah.
get like more a different fan base, because they
Yeah.
it was the only professional hockey team. Well, I guess they probably have other teams, right? Like AHL or junior.
Yes,
team.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah. What other notes did I write down?
I feel like Stacey always has a lot of thoughts about this.
yeah. I did. Last month,
Mm-hmm.
did we talk about how the PWHL does their draft rankings?
I don't think we talked
No.
about it, no.
I didn't know about it, and of course, Vancouver won because it's based on the number of games you win once you're eliminated. It's called the Gold Plan. So
Okay.
that means there's no tanking. Like you have to play really hard. Because I was thinking, why are they winning all these
Oh.
games now that they're eliminated? I didn't realize they were striving for this
Draft,
number
yeah.
one draft pick. It's so interesting.
That
That's
is interesting. I did
So
not know that.
and actually, Stacey, you would like this because they did the numbers for the NHL, and the Rangers would have won the top draft pick based on the
Yeah,
Gold
because
Plan.
they were winning. Yeah. Whereas like it affected, like if memory serves, like it affected the Sirens negatively because they were eliminated so late. So like they only had like very short amount of time to get points to like
But isn't it like a percentage of your games? I don't think it could be straight one for one.
it's one for one. Like basic, like you get points based on wins, like
Yeah.
once you're eliminated, like if memory serves. So like the Sirens, like if you're eliminated early, you have a better chance of winning, of getting the draft pick. Whereas if you're eliminated late, you don't have the chance.
Well, I guess that's because you're a better team then too. Because you're almost in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's interesting.
That's
That
true.
is an interesting way to do
Yeah.
it.
I did
Yeah.
think that was really good because I was
Yeah.
sort of wondering about them. I thought, why
Like, why are they going so
this
hard?
earlier? Why are we winning all these games?
Yep.
So
It's really interesting. But I do feel like they're really trying to grow the game, and I think that's great.
yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people talk about the league more. I I feel like it's like difficult for me to even like watch the games because I'm like, I guess I have to use their YouTube channel because in the States, like I know you guys have TSN in Canada and you can watch it on there, but it seems like in the States, it's only like market. It's like your
Yeah.
market. And I'm like, well, the closest team to me is New York and I don't have those channels.
I
So I'm like,
think
how do I even watch these games?
I mean,
I think one of
I couldn't watch all the games though.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends what city they're playing in,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they're filming it or not. So
I
I
think they
think
have
one
a
of the
YouTube channel too, so
they
I
do.
think that might be the way I would have to watch them because I was like, how am I supposed I wanted to watch some of these games and then I was like, how do I watch these?
I mostly the
I,
locals.
I still feel there's a dearth of reporting. Like if I'm not watching the game and I go to
Mm.
check the score, I can't find it like on Blue Sky and I
It's
can't find it anywhere. So
hard. You have to actively search for it.
yeah.
The other thing is that I was thinking, they announced Detroit, they announced Vegas, and then San Jose is coming.
Yeah.
I think they are absolutely trying to get a US national media deal.
Okay.
I think that's also part of it. Like,
That makes sense.
you know, MSG, which is the local sports network here, is fantastic on showing Sirens games. They showed Riveters games when the
Yeah.
Riveters were playing, and they've been a really, really good proponent of showing the Sirens and they will like if the Rangers are playing and like there's a what like an update like the oh God, I forget like the season is over and I forget what it's called. But like the MSG 150, which I guess every single sort of network has, like where like they do like an update of what the locals what's going around the various leagues and teams and stuff generally, and the Sirens were always part of that. So like which actually brings me to a fun little fact from last night. If you were, I don't know how this coverage is going, but I know on the ESPN ABC version of the coverage of last night's game, the Walter Cup was actually mentioned. It was the first time I'd ever heard it on ESPN broadcast. They
Mhm.
actually were like, and Montreal is also playing in the Walter Cup, and this is the goal from last night. This is Maggie Flattery, and I'm going, my God, Steve Levy. So, so there we go. fun little segue. Okay.
Fortune, did you have any thoughts about these new expansion teams?
Just one, like the giant elephant in the hockey room, which is they have to go where the money is.
Yeah,
So Hamilton absolutely made sense.
yeah,
Vegas absolutely makes sense. If there was going to be like a slightly weaker one, it probably would be Detroit, but they did already announce Rayon as their GM, which is amazing.
yeah. That's
Um,
awesome.
and then yeah, and then it says down, well, my notes say San Jose is coming, but yeah, like I said, if or like Stacey said, if they're trying to cut a deal, then again, money
Yeah,
talks, right? So
exactly.
yeah. Mhm.
It's kind of
Demonstrated
funny. It's
constant
kind of
coverage
funny
across the country.
because one of my coworkers lives, she's out in Vegas, and we were talking about the Phillies. And we were like, oh, someone went to a Phillies game, and she's like, oh yeah, we don't have a baseball team, but I think we're gonna get one soon. And literally the next day, they announced the hockey team. So I'm like,
Yep.
you're getting a women's hockey team before the baseball team.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
that was like kind of a like funny thing that happened.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's so
Um,
funny. Because like the Vegas, the hockey team is not that old. Like they haven't been there like too long, but I think they very
Yeah.
Vegas-fied it. So I think people are very excited that they have that team because they don't really
Yeah.
have anywhere else. So
they're
Laura
like
has
gladiators. Like
yeah.
if you go, like the faces are on the seats, like like all of their marketing is golden,
Yeah, I think
golden
they
thing.
definitely like
yeah.
knew how to do their marketing really well there.
Yeah.
Like,
Laura
Mhm.
Hunsucker actually was telling me that she knows someone who was at the announcement.
mm,
Um, and she was like really one of the fun facts about Laura is that she actually played hockey in college as well. So like she was the first person I thought of when I heard the Vegas announcement. Um, I will have to get a scoop on the announcement when I talk to her next, but when she finds out. But yeah. She writes she writes Romantic Systems, but she also writes with Kenzie McLear as part of the New York Empire series. So
cool.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Did any of these new expansion teams get ideas going for you for new books?
I have not thought about that at all.
No, me
No.
either. But maybe I should think about it.
Yeah.
kind of I've kind of been playing the conversations around Hamilton and the New York, New Jersey, Long Island deserve
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something. Had I've been playing around with something like that for years, so we'll see if it
I
actually comes to fruition.
I changed.
I messaged Zoe York. I said, "Hey, there's a hockey team in Hamilton now because she's got a series there."
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I I changed everything out because at one point it was in my books like the NWHL and then it was the PHF. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? So I literally just took it out and just said Women's Pro League or whatever. I just made
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
that's
super
yeah.
vague, but I
Yeah,
already had like a team name.
yeah.
hmm Same.
And
Yeah.
there's like a little bit of a plot. Like it's like in a later book talking about a character like my female hockey player and she goes to play for the women. She eventually goes to play for the women's team that comes in Philly, which does not exist.
Yeah.
But I like created one. So I'm like, maybe I could do something with that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
So
so you're thinking of doing maybe women's hockey?
I thought about it, but I feel like it won't sell at all. So I just like don't know.
I think
I
there's
don't know.
a few series out there that are
Yeah,
women's
I
hockey.
just
Yeah.
I
I
mean
see
my
readers on social media ask for it,
Yeah.
but again, that doesn't necessarily mean
it doesn't
anything,
mean
right?
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like but I do know that I'm gonna write like I think I've told you guys after I do my small town after I finish the small town series, um Blaze from the Fake Out, like I'm gonna write his dad a book. I like had already started writing his dad a book and like his younger siblings' books. And I know that it will probably come up with Maya's book because she is a hockey player as well. So I kind of I know at least in that book I might bring it together, but I don't know if I would do like a series.
So
Yeah.
if you did do a series, would it be male female or would it be female female?
I don't know. That's
Because they've got a
Good
lot of
question.
yeah.
women that are
Yeah.
out
That yeah. That's a good question.
So
So
if you could
after
do both, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know if people would read both, or because usually the MM
that's the
readers
thing.
just love MM.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a growing market for FF romance. I
Mhm.
don't. I'm thinking after Mel and I went to that game in Vancouver, the women's game. I thought maybe I could write a women's hockey romance, and then so I kind of dropped a team into the book that I'm writing now for my new series. Dropped a team in there, so there's a maybe there.
Yeah, I thought about it. I wanted to write, and I don't know. I do have a female like story idea, and Mel, you read Risky Place, so it's probably hit you over the head about it. Because it would come out of that book, but I just like, so I thought about doing like a college series, but I don't know. It's like on the back burner, but it would be about the women's club hockey team.
Right.
So
Yeah, my last book had a female college player. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the thing is, you have to say, like, they're not all interested in men on the team.
Mhm.
You have to
Yeah.
acknowledge that people have different interests. So.
And why can't we acknowledge that in the men's hockey?
I know.
Just saying.
All right. Well, I feel like that's actually a good segue into the next topic.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know we have talked about Heated Rivalry like ad nauseum. Probably people are sick of hearing us, but I finally watched it, so I figured I would give my little thoughts.
Yeah, I want to hear what you thought.
Yes.
I think I liked it, but I do feel like I have a controversial opinion.
Oh.
Oh, good. Good luck with
Scott
that.
better. Like, I don't know. I just loved that episode that it focused on Kip and Scott. I don't know. I just really, really liked it. But it does like their story affects Elia and Shane's story, especially once like Scott like is like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like I'm going to announce to the world. I really loved that episode. So I really liked it. My hope, I would love for this series getting so big to inspire people in the league to feel comfortable with coming out. But I just don't feel like hockey. I just feel like hockey itself is just so full of toxic masculinity that I just don't foresee it happening. I would love for it, but I'm just a little bit of a pessimist with that. That's kind of interesting. And I forgot to look up, there was a basketball player that recently died who he was an out gay man.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Charles Barkley said so. I think it was Charles Barkley said like basically you guys are dummies if you think there aren't gay people in all forms of sports. Like there
Absolutely.
are. He's like, but if someone else would have come out right now in any of the sports, it's like a big deal and it's ridiculous. Like he's
Yeah.
like, so I thought that was a really interesting thing. And then I saw that after I had watched Heated Rivalry and I was like, oh, this is just like interesting thing. So I do think it is important for us to write this type of representation and for this representation to be accepted and for the people that are around them to love them. Um, I just don't know if it will really happen in this sport, and that sucks, but it's just like
Yeah.
how I feel about it. But I hope that if people read these and are struggling with their sexuality or struggling to come out and don't know if they have people that love them, I wish they see this and that can help them. Like I really do. So
Yeah.
yes, I did love it. But I'm just like, okay, where's the rest? Because it does, I know they're getting a second season, but it does kind of end like a little, I'm like, this is a little underwhelming.
It was a happy
where's
ending, but it was a very, yeah.
It was good, but it was
Yeah.
also like, okay, I know they're doing more. So
Yeah.
so I did enjoy it. It was good. But what's also funny is I have people in my life that like my husband's friends like work with a lot of women that are really into Heated Rivalry, and now they're trying to like pimp out my books.
Oh,
All right. All right.
They're like, oh, you like
I
this? You
love
should
it.
read like
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, hopefully that helps me, but
That's good.
not now,
I love it,
but
yeah.
okay.
Well, at least you don't have to tell people, explain that hockey romance is a thing anymore, because
I
they
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that it's a thing. And
Now I'm
it's
just like, oh, it's like Heated Rivalry, but like straight. Like
Yeah.
that's made it a little bit easier.
Right.
Like,
Okay. So the next thing is there is another hockey romance adaptation that started on Prime this week, Elle
Yeah,
Kennedy's Off-Campus series. I thought this was going to be weekly, but apparently they dropped the entire thing. So I
yeah.
have not, yeah, they dropped the entire thing, which does make me a little nervous because I feel like a lot of times when Amazon drops a whole series right away, I feel like they are doing that because they don't think it's gonna do well because that's what they did with the Fallout series, but Fallout was a huge success.
Really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they're promoting the crap out of this, so I don't think that's the case.
They've already, no, they already okayed season 2.
Yeah, they're promoting the
Yeah.
crap out of it.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I've watched 3 episodes so far.
That's all I've watched too.
I've watched
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
I need
But
to sit
since I
actually
don't
watch
have
the whole thing.
Prime, I mean, it was like I had to go to someone
Yeah,
else's
I thought
house.
you said that. So like that was why I
Yeah.
didn't watch Heated Rivalry because we didn't have HBO at the time and
Yeah.
we got it for like a couple months. So I'm like, now we're trying to watch like all the
Yeah.
stuff that we've missed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I can watch that and we can like finish watching that thing that other show we were watching when we had
Can you watch Shoresy?
Yes, because it's on Hulu and
Oh,
I
Yeah.
have Hulu.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
actually
weird.
went back
So
to
like
watch.
yeah. I'm watching
yeah.
Shoresy right now, but yeah.
I'm on season 5 of Letterkenny at the moment.
Oh, you know
I
what?
like
I
that
can't
one.
remember how I've seen most of the seasons, but I don't think I've seen the last 1 or 2, so I'll have to check that.
Yeah,
So,
like I figured finish.
what did you think of Off Campus, you guys?
I liked it. And I definitely people were like, "Oh, they made all these changes." And I'm like, "I don't remember what the changes are." So it's fine to me. I'm like, I feel like it still has like the heart of the series, you know? Like I still feel I'm really enjoying it. My biggest complaint is the frickin' product placement is outrageous.
Really?
Have you noticed
I
this,
didn't
Kelly?
even notice.
I didn't
Oh
notice.
my God. Okay, so I don't know. So they start the episode. They usually start the episode and will say, "This is presented by Liquid IV." Okay, and I watched the next episode and I'm like, "Oh, there's a Liquid IV ad on the boards." Okay, and then there's a freaking scene where they like take the Liquid IV out and like put it in a glass for him, and then they start talking about a sponsorship, and I'm like, "Okay, that's a little over the top."
I didn't even notice that.
You didn't notice that? It felt so outrageous to me. I'm like,
But
this
I
is a
don't
little
think, I wonder if we have different commercials here in
maybe.
Canada. I was annoyed about the commercials. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
freaking paying
But
for this streaming service.
I know.
Weird.
But yeah, there's a scene where they're at the bar and he's not drinking because he's like letting her drink because she doesn't like drink
Yeah.
in public
Yeah.
because of all of her trauma.
Yeah.
And like some other character's like, here, make sure you have your Liquid IV. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I remember
So
that.
that was like a little outrageous to me.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've only seen the 1 episode.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it does
Yeah,
make sense
yeah.
in the context of the show because they're talking about they want him to like be like to sponsor him.
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, they just want my dad. Like, I don't want to do it." But like it's a whole conversation. So in the context of the show, it does make sense, but they bother me so much.
Are college athletes allowed to have sponsorships like that?
Yeah, there.
Are they
I don't
now?
know. Are they?
Do the NIL?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there was the wild fun joke about Jake Retzlaff, who is now actually trying out for the Jets or the Giants, I think. Anyway, one of the two of them. Anyway, when he was at in college at Utah, whatever university it was, Manischewitz through the NIL sponsored him, so they did like this huge
Manischewitz.
campaign.
Wow.
It was hilarious. I was like, yes, Manischewitz and Jake Retzlaff, the one that do it.
Yeah.
There we go. So
There you
like
go.
whether it's actual sponsorships or like partnerships with brands, you know, through the very strict
Yeah.
NIL rules, I
Yeah.
have no idea,
Right.
but that's yeah. But I remember that ridiculous, insane campaign, and he was like on matzo boxes everywhere.
that's really funny.
I started rereading the deal because I thought, I don't remember that scene. I don't remember
Me
that
too. So this was my thing. I was like, I read that series like when it first came out. So
Years ago. Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that I loved it, but I really don't remember much
Because I
else
thought,
Me
other than
neither.
that.
I thought I don't remember that shower
I
scene.
know.
Oh,
Yeah, that
no,
definitely did
that's
not.
not
That
in
was one
it.
thing
And
that I'm
then
like, she didn't work for she didn't have a job at the arena
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all. But I
and
was
she
like, it's
didn't
not
lose
that,
her scholarship. Like
yeah.
she's got some different.
yeah.
I don't know.
But
I feel like they added a lot of plot points when I thought that the book was really good. And I guess for me, the difference with Heated Rivalry was Jacob Tierney read the book, loved the book,
yeah,
said, I want to make this. In this case, they made it and they sort of not Hollywoodized it, but you know what I mean? They're saying, oh, well, this
Yeah.
it's not flashy enough, it needs to be sexier, it needs to be this and that. Whereas like she in the book, she's conservatively dressed, like he has to tell her to put on something sexy, but in the show, like she's got a nice figure and everyone can tell. So
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, so because I sort of like the book, I like the way that their relationship develops, but I'll have to watch more to see. But I did love the chemistry between the two characters. I thought it was really good, and I did like I don't know, just the Elle Kennedy is really good at those sort of bro vibes when guys are together.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
And I wished, okay, so here's my thoughts. Like I said, I barely remember any details about the books
No.
themselves. And I deliberately didn't want to reread them before I watched the show because I wanted to just watch the show and enjoy it as a
yeah,
show, right?
yeah.
But then I'm thinking about all the stuff that is happening in the show, and I'm like, they're showing little flashbacks for her, like little hints that something's not right about the drinking at parties thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I didn't remember that that was part of
Mhm.
her backstory.
Yeah.
And so now I'm thinking maybe I do need to reread those
Oh, I
books
did.
to
Okay, so I will.
I didn't like reread it, but I opened the first page and it's like on the first page. It's like on like the first or second page, like the
yeah,
head.
yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
it
like
is.
very
Yes.
upfront. Yeah.
And
Yes.
also,
But
just the other thing is, I just feel like casting wise, they cast about four guys that look the same. They're kind of dark complected with dark curly hair, and I'm thinking, now which one is that?
well, except for
What
Dean.
she likes. So he
Dean.
and his two roommates, like there's one blonde guy, and everyone else has sort of dark curly hair, long hair,
Yeah.
and then the guy that she likes has dark curly hair, and I'm thinking, well, I guess the casting
Okay. We're
director
like,
like
I have more to
people.
say, but Fortune, you haven't said anything. Have you watched any of it?
No, but
Okay.
only for a dumb reason, because I
Okay.
haven't read this book. And then I saw the poster, whatever they have whenever you're like flipping through streaming, and it's a terrible poster, and I was like, oh, what is this? And that's all I know about it so far. But I like what you guys
Okay.
are saying, so I will definitely either pick up books or watch this show.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
think
no, no, I
so.
have to
Elle
get
Kennedy
on
is,
with it and
I
watch.
love Elle Kennedy. I'm a big fan of Elle Kennedy. And
Same.
I read those books and I love those books. And so I was super excited for this series. And I think I enjoyed, like, I only watched the first three episodes, like I said,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed them. I like how they didn't shy away from the sexy parts. These are like college students, but it's realistic, the sexy parts, the partying, the drinking, all that stuff. Um, I wish there was more of the banter. Like Elle is so good at that, like the banter between the characters. And I don't know if they
Mm,
included
Yeah.
enough of that. Like I'm going to reread the books just to remind myself, but I always felt that that was such a big part of what I loved about those books was the banter between the characters, not just the main male character and female characters, but also the bro banter. Like I think she's really good at that too. So
mhm,
I'll see how it compares to the books when I reread them.
yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey, did
And
you want
there's
to say
like all
something?
kinds of opinions on social media about it. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
I don't worry about spoilers or things because there's a lot of people that have already watched the whole season.
I mean,
And
I
there's
think that
like,
would be a lot to watch like it right away. You know,
yeah,
Yeah.
you should
I didn't have
take
time
a
to do it
week to
myself.
watch it.
That's why
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be weekly. And then I was like, okay, I'll be able to watch the first one. And then I was like, oh, they dropped the entire thing.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
did think that that was like a strength of Heated Rivalry that people were talking about it in between
Yes.
That's
episodes,
for
you
sure.
Yes.
know?
Yeah,
Yes.
It
appointment
was a
So,
television,
huge
absolutely.
marketing thing, I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
So when they did fall, the first season of Fallout, they dropped the whole thing, and then the second season came out this year, and they did it weekly. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
sometimes they'll do like two or three, So
Mhm.
like they don't have a strict like, and it's not just them that do this.
Amazing.
Like a lot of other, I think Apple does this sometimes too, where they'll drop like the first two and then they'll do weekly.
Yes.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, can we pick one? Are
But
we
if
just
Yeah.
you like, if you watch a K-drama, they just come week by week. So you
yeah.
make the choice. Am I going to wait till they're all out and watch it every night, or am I going to like
Right.
watch it week by
Unless
week?
you're catching up with a whole long list of them that are
Yeah.
already out.
I
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, I know,
weekly
but
because then you
I
can
mean, I think it's too much to wait a week, but like maybe 2 episodes a week, that would be okay. Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
I would do too.
that's the sweet spot, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't like the comparisons to Heated Rivalry because
I
I
think
mean
it's
I guess
different.
it's natural and they're hockey romances, so there's going to be comparisons. But I, like Heated Rival, I mean they're totally different. I mean, and that's
Yeah.
the beauty about
Yeah.
hockey romance is there's all kinds of differences. Like and there's male hockey, which is totally different than or FF, and which exists. um, and there's just different vibes, right? There's like these guys are pro players, these are college kids, these are,
Mhm.
professionals, these are college. It's like these are older characters, younger. There's dark hockey romances, there's hockey rom-coms. There's so many different kinds. So like to
Mhm.
compare these two is
You're
kind
right.
of
Yeah.
not fair, I think. And
Well,
and
also,
Heated Rivalry was, I mean, just kind of like a once in a lifetime thing that
well,
went
also
crazy.
like, I was taking a look at this just because I was like trying to figure out some stuff. Like when you talk about Off Campus, the series, when it was first published, it was part of like that and the Ivy Years by Serena Bowen. Those two books, if you think about like their timing, second golden age of hockey romance. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like they were both self-published. They came out around the same time. It was a completely different world when they both came out. Like, Heated Rivalry, Game Changer, the very first book came out in 2019. Like the entire publishing environment had changed by that time.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like they're completely not only different like pairings, different age groups, but also they were written at different times in different
yeah,
contexts. Like the
Mhm.
stories are completely different.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
I
just
agree.
So what the first golden age is that the what's her name?
like
Rachel
Rachel Gibson when Kelly
Gibson.
first had her
Yeah.
first couple of books come
Yeah.
out, like
That was before
Barbara
hockey romance was
Martin's
actually a
books,
thing.
like it was, yeah, like you like those, that was that first gold, like the very first time where hockey romance made its way like into the public consciousness. Like the idea of like, what is it? Rachel Gibson hitting bestseller list, Deirdre Martin hitting bestseller list, Kelly like showing up in um at Alora's Cave at Samhain, at like in places where you didn't expect to see hockey romance, and Kelly just kind of bursting right through it. Like that was, I think, the first golden age. And then number two is
And so what's the third one? Is that book talk era where suddenly everybody's
I
reading?
think Elle Kennedy and Serena were kind of part of that
Yeah.
like they
because
were
I mean Elle
still,
Kennedy's series really took off on Book Talk.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
Like,
so
Yeah.
my follow-up question about this is, we have two hockey romance series being adapted. Are there any other series, and I don't really have an answer for this, that you would want to get the adaptation treatment? And you can say yourself.
so
Okay.
yes, Kelly absolutely
Now, which one,
1000%
Kelly?
deserves
Which
that.
one?
I was looking right at your little box when I said
Yeah.
that.
No, Kelly, if you could choose out of your series, which one would you like to see televised?
I think the Win Hockey would be a good
Yeah.
fit for that kind of thing
The family one.
because it's sort of soapy, it's like
Okay.
with
Yeah.
all the family with all the different characters and the scandals and the drama and like all that stuff. I think that one would work.
Does anyone else
Uh,
have any thoughts? I have not really thought about it, and I wouldn't.
Um,
So,
I would love to see. So I wrote out like two of them in particular, and then like we can like I'd love to see the Ivy years.
okay.
The
Yeah.
Ivy years? I don't know.
Serena
I
Goins.
think I'd like to see Brooklyn Air, like of
Oh
those
yeah, I
ones.
love that book.
Serena. If we were doing Serena, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
really like those
Serena. Yeah.
ones. A
Yeah.
little different and mature. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also one of the things that I loved about um I'd want to see also like JC Burton's play-by-play series.
Okay.
Mm.
It's family, it's cross sports, it's pretty big, it's pretty dramatic, like it's also very soapy. It's really an interesting series. And it's a little bit of everything. So it's like
Yeah.
football,
Yeah.
baseball, F1, hockey. Um, one of my favorite sex scenes on ice happens in one of those books. Um, and fun fact, I wrote an essay in 50 Writers on 50 Shades of Grey, and that first hockey book of JC Burton's in that series was one of the books I recommended to people in that essay. So series definitely. Has anybody read the Liz Tom Ford series? Because that's also getting the adaptation treatment.
Oh, it
Yes, it
is.
is. I have
Yeah.
not read it though.
I haven't read it.
I haven't either.
Yeah. That's multiple sports, right?
I think so. I
No.
don't know.
Or just hockey?
I thought it was just hockey, but I don't really know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know her, so I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I think maybe we should move on to Wild Things because we are getting to times.
Mhm.
I don't have one, but Kelly, I think you wanted to change yours. So which one do you want to talk about?
I'm still going to talk about the Golden Knights, then this whole
Okay.
thing about them getting forfeiting their second round NHL draft pick, and their coach, our favorite John Tortorella, has been fined $100,000 by the league. And this was because of media shenanigans where he skipped his post-game news conference after they won in Anaheim. And also the team failed to allow locker room access to reporters after that game. So they got these penalties, and the league says that there were previous warnings regarding their compliance. And it is an NHL requirement that head coaches be made available to reporters daily during the playoffs, following morning skates, practices, and games. And teams are also required to provide a 30-minute media 30-minute media access period to reporters in the locker room after practices and games. So previously, Vegas had canceled Tort's scheduled media availability on another game against Utah. And he was also personally fined back in 2020 for walking out on his video news conference when he was after the Columbus Blue Jackets were eliminated. I mean, there's other multiple times where he's been fined about that. So I find it interesting. Here's why I find it interesting is that when things like that happen, the league has no problem in like stepping forward and lowering the boom and saying like, here, you are losing your draft pick, like, which is a thing.
That's the
And then
big.
$100,000 fine is, I mean, I guess those guys are rich, but that still seems like a lot of money to me when something like that happens. But we've seen other situations where there is no reaction from the NHL, like in terms of, things that happen with sexual assault and nothing happens, or it's minor. And then the coach, whatever. It just seemed interesting that was a really sort of forceful decision that they made. And so they actually can do it.
So you're saying the NHL is inconsistent?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be it.
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
It's also interesting because it's Vegas.
Yeah.
It's Vegas and it's Tortorella, who, have people have strong feelings about both of them.
I wonder if they'll get their pick back later. Because remember,
Apparently they can
Ottawa
appeal
got
it.
their pick taken back, and then they got it back.
I think they can appeal it, so it's possible that it could happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
They should just have it all written down. If you do this, this happens. If you do this, this happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I want to
Interesting.
go next.
Okay.
I just remember
Just-
this is a surprise, wildest thing. I just something clicked in my brain when Kelly started talking. The Toronto Maple Leafs having the first pick.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, yeah, because it's the same with Vegas. Like, it's the same.
It's
Yes.
funny, like, I think about like last year when like the Islanders were so upset about losing the All-Star game and the governor stepped in and the whole thing. And gosh darn it, somehow the Islanders managed to get the #1 pick at the draft last year.
Well, people did say that because they cut to commercial before they did the final draw, right? So they're like,
Yep.
oh, they cut to commercial, then they changed it all to maple leaf balls or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because like that draft, that notification happened not very long after Austin Matthews publicly was like, all right, I'm kind of done, basically. Like you either find me this thing or you either find me like someone I can play with that actually can win or I'm done. Basically. And
Yeah.
As a Canucks
magically Toronto
fan,
gets
I
it.
am totally like in
Magically.
disbelief, but
Yeah. So
we don't get that. We have never ever in
I
the
don't
history of the
I
team
don't
had a first
subscribe to
round
the
pick, first pick.
yeah.
I don't subscribe to the conspiracy theories because there's lots of them out there about who wins draft picks and who wins games and gets, penalties and like all that stuff. But I my words after the draft were this was bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said after like, yeah. After it was very obviously demonstrated that last year's draft, like
I just think they should forget this, just do a wheel and everybody gets a first pick. And then if you manage well, you don't get punished and everybody gets a first pick at some point and you can't.
I didn't understand the whole thing. They're like balls going and I'm like,
yeah. I know. Plus the system was so weird. Like if it's this number, this number, or this number,
like,
you're like,
yeah.
why isn't it
I
just
don't know. I didn't get
and draw it?
Stacey, do you want to talk about your wildest things?
So everybody knows that hockey fans are creative. We are a wonderful, creative bunch filled with artists and obviously really awesome writers like all of us here. Last week I talked about how there was no drama in New York because of every single of the 3 playoff teams, not every single one of the metro area teams not making the playoffs. I apparently lied because when randomly searching my Spotify, I came across the name of Solomon Foster, who has a really good voice. He's a really interesting musician, and his song Shesterkin. And it is basically like the musings of a very dramatically upset Ranger fan, which again, like I see also mirror in Stacey's face here. And it is a really fun and interesting song. I urge you to look it up on Spotify or wherever you find music because it is just absolutely hilarious. Like I should have been more prepared. I should have had the lyrics in front of me, but it's like I'll be your Adam Fox if you be my Chester.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I
mean, as I said, I urge you to look it up because it is just amazing. It's hilarious, but also seriously amazing. And look up the rest of Solomon Foster's music on Spotify or anywhere you can find music. So there we go.
Mel, do you want to talk about beer drinking vessels?
Yes, I was just we're seeing for the playoffs, lots of teams are having crazy things that you can drink out of. So Carolina has skates that they fill with beer. So these are all
Ew.
beer drinking vessels. And the Wild have hockey sticks. And so the hockey stick, so
Like a
you drink
long,
out of
it's
the
a
top
long
and then the
tube.
blade end is at the bottom. Utah has tusks, like with a little rest at the bottom. So for the mammoth tusk. And the sabers have sabers. But I noticed like the hockey stick and the saber, you can't actually put them down, so you basically have to like drink it all at once. But it's just unique ways for teams or the concession people to make lots of money and people to drink large quantities of beer and then have a little souvenir to take home after. So it's very hockey. We're going to drink a lot of beer.
Okay, let us do the style report. I decided to theme it again, so we did playoff beards. So I picked Sean Couturier. I mean, he usually has a beard, but I did look a little bit longer this time, so I was like, I'll just pick him.
I almost picked him.
But I mean, our team is so young that there wasn't a lot of
There's
beard.
it's
I feel
honestly
like
kind
there's
of hard because
Yeah.
beards are in style. So like
yeah.
a lot of these
Yeah.
guys had beards before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they seem like they're not growing them as much or they're trimming
Yeah.
them, they're keeping them nicer, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think he started to grow it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Kelly's pick.
Well, that's my pick because it's Seth.
I was like, why did she pick this?
It's got to be the Winnipeg guy. Now, again, in fairness, he did have a neatly trimmed beard before the playoffs. Now it's gotten
Yeah.
a little, a little more unkempt on the sides there, but
Yeah.
it's not like a crazy playoff beard.
Oh, this is me. It's just like cheering for teams in the playoffs. I was like, I wouldn't. I first I did all the teams, went to all the beards, and then I eliminated all the people I didn't like. Um, and then by the end of it, the only two that were left were this gentleman that's already picked on the right to the right of the cat, and then this cat.
Okay.
And they had some really like lots of really good dogs with lots of good like mustachy hair, but this cat looks like he's been through it and he's been alive for the entire. This is his first playoffs he's ever witnessed alive for Buffalo.
He's got that. His
I
one
love it.
ear is down, and
I know.
No, and it's like
Mommy.
whiskers. He has more whiskers on one side.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Aw,
he does.
he's
My
too
cat
fucking
kind of
sweet.
looks like this.
maybe he could get a saber full of cat food for him.
All the things.
Casey.
Yeah. We've got Jason Zucker. Um, and
That's a
I
beard.
was yeah, I
Mhm.
was looking through because I was like, I wanted Mr. Parker Kelly of the Colorado Avalanche, famous for his whales, but unfortunately I could not find him. And so I went through the Sabres and I was looking for a couple of players, and Jason Zucker did not disappoint me. Um, it's actually kind of interesting. Like he's had a long journey and he's finally like, him being in Buffalo now is kind of amazing, and I love that for him. He deserves playoff joy and happiness. And he has come alive and actually like assisted on a couple of the goals for in the last game. And his beard is really nice. It's really trimmed, and he just looks like he's locked in like the rest of the team. So I like that very
Great,
much.
Mel.
Okay, so like Kelly and Stacy, we all have our own picks. I'm going to pick the half Japanese guy, but I got to say the better thing on the half thing is that when they win, that the player of the game wears this like thing with a wolf head on it, like
Yeah, yeah.
It's so hilarious. They look like
Yeah.
idiots in it.
Yeah,
Anyway, so there you go, Nick Suzuki, but obviously trimming
Yeah.
that beard. Yeah.
yeah. Very good.
All right. And I think the only thing else I had on the agenda was if Kelly wanted to share her new cover.
Oh, yes. I do
Yeah.
want to share my new cover because I really love it. Hang on. Share. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it open yet. Hang on. There. Where is it? What? Oh, there it is. Okay. How's that?
There we go. Oh, I
Oh,
like it.
cute.
Yeah, it looks great.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my publisher went a really different direction this time. Like I'd asked them for my next series if we could do this, and they said, well, actually, we're thinking about doing it for this fourth book, which is a little odd because the first three books have very different covers, and
Yeah. Oh, I
I don't
wondered
know if it
about
matters,
that. Okay.
but anyway, I love it. I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
like it too.
Yeah. So that's coming June 25th.
Oh, I know who that character is. That's that guy that
Yeah.
he and his wife split. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a second chance romance. We've been seeing these characters throughout the series, so
Yeah.
they will get their story.
Nice.
They're happy
Nice.
ever after.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is our show tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think we picked a date for June yet, so
Yeah.
Oh,
It'd
yeah,
be
we
the
did.
14th or the 21st. We're not sure yet. So.
okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Draft and awesome.